WZR Radio starts now. You can call into the show at 724-444-7444 using call ID at 30273#.
I'm coming up for best if I can. Check myself again. I've been doing just a man for sheltered.
Now, here's your host, Ryan Clark and Jose Rivera.
Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome to the June 16th edition of WZR Radio here on WZROnline.com and a host of other websites. I am, as always, your host, Ryan Clark, and we're going to be here for the next 2 hours talking pro wrestling, a big Monday Night Raw 3-hour special from last night, as well as a little bit of UFC and MMA in hour number 2, as Matty Boone is going to make his big anticipated return to WZR Radio. Jose's got a softball game here in just a little bit. So Matt Boone will be up in hour number 2, but in hour number 1, a dude that I met in New York City this past weekend for Ring of Honor, Jose Rivera. What's cracking, buddy?
What's up?
What's up, man? I think I got this. Tonight. JMK had some problems with producing, and about a half an hour ago I was trying to get this down, but I think I got it, and I think I'm able to take phone calls in hour number 2, and we got a lot going on, man.
Tons of fun stuff. Exactly what you said. Monday Night Raw, Ring of Honor, Donald Trump, blah blah blah.
Blah. I used to have a catchphrase on here. Blah 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 blah. Matty P would know what I'm talking about. But, yeah, dude, we met up this weekend in New York City. That was a good time and a good show, man. Ring of Honor is never disappoints when I make that drive to New York City.
It's interesting because again, this was my first Ring of Honor event. And I've been dying to see some really good wrestling, especially, we haven't seen any real good wrestling in the WWE. So I said, all right, you know what? Not only do I meet my host over here, my compadre, and not only that, but of course, we met Mike Charlick, which, is another webmaster out there. So it was cool. It was so much fun, man. And the wrestling event itself was just unbelievable. The wrestling, and some of the articles that I've read online were, it was an okay show. But to me, since I needed that fix of wrestling, pro wrestling at least, it was actually a real good fix for me.
Yeah, but the thing about it is the reports that you read online, like all those guys are die-hard of the die. It reminds me a little bit of the old school ECW because those guys go, and especially when it's in New York City, you get people that drive up from Philadelphia, which is not that far away. So you've got your die-hard core fan base there, and then you've got people like me and people from all over the Northeast that drive a few hours to go to a Ring of Honor show. It's kind of like a cult fan base, you know what I mean?
It has a strong following, and it did remind me back in the bingo hall days. I went twice to an ECW event. I must admit this: we were spoiled in my debut of Ring of Honor, especially where we sat at. It was we sat at the balcony there, and no interruptions, no one in front of us. We had a nice overview of the whole entire ring, so it was definitely a fun experience.
Yeah, no doubt. We'll let's run it down top to bottom. Actually, let me get some plugs out of the way, and then we'll go from there. We'll run down Ring of Honor, what happened in New York City, and a car accident. A car accident by me on the way back. Yeah, I don't know. I'll run it down. I messed it up pretty bad on the way back. I actually didn't leave New York City until Sunday morning, very early Sunday morning after after AAA came and towed me out and put a spare tire on my car. And it was a 200-mile drive back north to Albany on a spare tire, which was not fun. But plugs real quick. We got the live chat room, WZROnline.com/chat. Lots and lots of people in there right now. Matt Boone is coming up here in hour number 2 is in there as well. WZROnline.com/chat. Go bug Boone. Tell him he's a no good, whatever you want to call him. WZROnline.com/chat. The official website of WZR Radio is WZROnline.com. And the phone number to call, hopefully, we'll be able to take these in hour number 2 if you want to ask about MMA, UFC, WEC, Strikeforce, Affliction, WWE, TNA, Ring of Honor. Give us a call at 724-444-7444. And the call ID number is 30273, followed by the pound key. Once again, 724-444-7444. Call ID number 30273, followed by the pound key. No TNA Impact tapings tonight. They taped 3 weeks worth of tapings a few weeks back. Next week, I believe TNA Impact returns for, or TNA returns for Impact tapings. Next Monday and Tuesday, we do have SmackDown and ECW spoilers tonight from Raleigh, North Carolina. Hopefully we'll be able to have at least the full ECW spoilers and partial SmackDown spoilers before we go off the air around 9 o'clock Eastern Time tonight. They haven't started just yet, but once they do, Ryan Gray will be doing play-by-play over at ProWrestlingScoop.com, and we'll be giving you play-by-play here on WZR Radio. So stay tuned for that, probably in hour number 2 with myself and Matt Boone. So that's the plugs, and I wanted to, I just obviously want to talk about Ring of Honor a little bit with you in the New York City trip, and then we'll get into last night's 3-hour Raw, where they shook things up just a little bit, and we'll talk about that, and then I know you got to get out of here for a softball game, and Matt Boone will come up. We're going to run down UFC. We had the Cotto versus Clottey fight from this past Saturday night, and UFC from Saturday night as well, or Saturday afternoon. It was taped from Germany. So we will get to all of that in just a little bit. Ring of Honor, Jose. Ring of Honor. Let's start it out, man. I made the drive down there, and we met up. And we went down to the Dallas BBQ. Is that what it's called? Barbecue or BBQ, whatever it's called.
BBQs. Dallas BBQs.
All right. We went down there, and we had advertised a get together, and we met Mike Shalick from SCScoops.com down there. He's a cool guy. And had a little dinner. The place was packed. So if you were in Dallas BBQ and you were looking for us and you didn't get to meet us, I apologize for that. Maybe next time we'll pick a place that's not so packed. You know what I mean? That place was jamming.
Yeah, every time, it doesn't. Especially on a Saturday, it's going to be packed. The place is always humongous. Anywhere pretty much in a city is going to end up being packed. But next time maybe we'll say, meet us 20 minutes prior towards the dinner across the street, or something like that makes it a little bit easier to stand out rather than trying to look through a sea of individuals waiting to be seated to eat. It makes it a little bit hard, especially if you haven't really seen our faces before.
Yeah, and one benefit of that is, Jesus, man, whatever they had to drink, whatever that drink was, that's out tonight. Whatever it was, what was it? A Long Island
iced tea with
Long
double
Island
shots.
Iced tea with double shots of this and double shots of that, and it was frozen, and I don't know what the hell was in that drink. But I'll tell you what, we walked out of Dallas BBQ, and that kicked off the night. And then we went to Ring of Honor, got some good tickets. Luckily, we were still able to get tickets when we got there. So that was a great show. from top to bottom. I thought the wrestling was outstanding. The main events were what I can remember. You know what I mean? We're good for what it was. But I thought the wrestling was great. One team that really impressed me, they called them the Young Bucks. I'm not sure of the names because I'm not a diehard loyal ROH follower, but they're called the Young Bucks, and they had a
Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy look-alike.
Yeah, and they had the crowd chants like the old ECW style. You know, those shut the F up and things like that. And they had there was one chant when these guys came